Okay, today we're removing the fuel and air injectors from the Mercury OptiMax family of outboards. This right here is a 2011 250, and later on in the video we'll show you a 225 as well. For this first step, all you need is an Allen wrench, and then to remove the fuel injector brackets. Those red caps that you see in the video, those are the fuel injector heads themselves. Now, with the fuel injector brackets off, it's time to tackle the wiring harness clips. We use a small flat-headed screwdriver works here, but you have to be patient, so many clips. It's always good to start with a penetrating spray like PB Blaster. Give the base of the fuel injector a good soak, let it sit, and try to twist and pull it by hand. But the reality is sometimes that's just not enough. Carbon buildup, heat cycles, and years of sitting in the rail can lock these injectors in so tight that no amount of penetrant is going to do the job alone. When that happens, channel locks or vice grips are what we reach for. It's not the most elegant solution, but sometimes it's the only way to get them out. Wrap the injector body with a rag or a piece of rubber before you clamp down. Grip low on the injector, as close to the rail as you can get. Then twist and pull simultaneously. Don't just do the death grip and yank straight up. The rocking and twisting motion is what breaks the carbon seal. Alright, with the fuel injectors out, remove the fuel rail held together by these two nuts. And if memory serves me, these are 13 millimeter. Then pull the fuel rail loose to expose the air injectors underneath. The air injectors also have clips, but they're much easier. They're the plastic clips that you can pinch with your fingers. Then twist and pull until they are removed. And here's what an OptiMax air injector looks like. Now let's jump over to this Mercury OptiMax 225. Removing the bottom cowling makes life much easier, but this first 10 millimeter bolt up front here is a bear. I'm using a universal joint here to get the angle that I need to take the bolt out. There are 4 10 millimeter bolts, 2 up front here, and there's also 2 in the back. The last one is right beneath this bolt. You'll need some long extensions to get to it. Now, with the bottom cowling off, let's get to work. The 225 is a very similar setup. Each injector is held onto the fuel rail by brackets, and the electrical connections have their clips. Not shown on the 250, but before removing the injectors, relieve the pressure from both the fuel rail and the air rail by depressing the Schrader valves on each line. Use a valve core tool or a small flathead to press the valve pin. Also not shown on the 250, we're going to remove this hose so the fuel rail can move freely to get to the air injectors underneath. Just like the 250, these fuel injectors are not going to come out by hand. We'll reattach the fuel rail to the engine and use some Croyle penetrating oil on the injector seats to help break them free. Let them soak for a few minutes and then use the rag and grips method.